Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friend. And I want to say Happy New Year. Happy 2023. All right. And I want to say thanks for being here as well. So today I'm going to be talking about a few tweaks for a better 2023. So, of course, that means what? Resolutions, right? But resolutions are kind of like a dirty word now, right? It comes with all kinds of angst because we normally think of resolutions. People are so gung ho, we're ready to go. And then about 2 months in, things just start to fade. Right? I mean, that's how it usually happens. I was talking to someone about the gym that I go to, actually, the instructor, and she was saying, yeah, at about the end of the month after January, the 1st of January, everybody's gung ho. By the end of January, we see so many less people. So we don't want to talk about resolutions. We want a new word. And I don't know what that word should be. I'm thinking more we should be on a journey of self improvement, right? Because, if you're on a journey to self improvement, it's more about like the journey, right? And so we know that there'll be a few bumps in the road, but if we just get back up and get on the horse again, then we know at the end, then um, we'll make it to the finish line and claim our prize, right? So it's more, how do I say? Um, it's just more about your self pace and it's more about the journey. So, yeah. So I wanted to say that. And then let's see. If you are so I want to talk about a few things that I was planning to do, or some of my goals, or um, topics that I or things that I wanted to do better in 2022. So I wanted to tell you those accomplishments now, and then I wanted to know, like, what were your 2022 goals or self improvements, I should say, and how did you do? Did you accomplish them? Did you even go above and beyond? And you're doing even greater now. What things were you working on? Were you working on your health? Were you working on happiness? Were you working on what were you working on last year? And what do you plan to work on this year? So if you want to go ahead and put those things down in the little comments, that would be awesome. And so let's see. I have that my little Happy New Year. I have my new tool that I'm using for my lives. So I'm hoping that you like those as well. But yeah, so let me talk about those accomplishments from last year, from 2022. Okay, so where do I start? Let's see. So last year um, I wanted to be on to do my lives and to come on. And so what I wrote down was I was going to do this every 2 weeks, right? And so I got started. I did a few, but I'm really proud that since September, I've really done a live every week. So I'm proud of that. That was one of my accomplishments that I was able to do. So instead of every 2 weeks, I'm actually doing every week. Now, I didn't start really being consistent until September, but since September, I've been coming on every week. And so I'm proud of that accomplishment. And then I said I was going to do like sing 2 live songs. So I think I've surpassed that. I've sang a few songs live for 2022. And so I think I've done that. I met that goal, maybe exceeded it a little bit. And then the other thing I wanted to do was to do interviews, right? And so I didn't know how many interviews I wanted to do. I just wanted to do some. Well, I've done one so far, and I plan to do more in this new year, in the 2023, on my lives. And then let's see. Oh, okay, concert. I said I was going to do one live concert, or yeah, one live concert. And so I actually ended up doing two. So that was an accomplishment. I want to check that off and say, okay, I did that one. So, and I do have some more concerts that I want to do coming up. So in 2023, I'm planning to do um, a Valentine's Day concert. So I hope that you'll come by and hang out with me then. Um, because I always appreciate when you guys are able to be on. And lately, I've been doing them kind of late, but we want to, work on that too in my journey, and get them kind of earlier in the day. It's a lot of planning to do when we're doing this, but I'm having fun doing it, so I don't mind. I just have to kind of get them in there a little earlier, I think. Um, and let me see what else. So really, that's all I wanted to do for 2022. You know, um, and then those are mostly just the live accomplishments or live goals that I had. So, because I'm working on my music, and oh yeah, so I did do a song. I did a song, and so that's one of my accomplishments as well. So towards the end, and I don't know if you were able to log on to see the Christmas cantata, but I did an original song there. So I'm working on releasing that song now. And what else? So yeah, so I hope to do more songs in this new year. So yeah. So what things are you guys working on? Put them down in the chat. I had a little message there. But yeah, put them down in the chat. And because I like to know what other people are doing as well. Okay. So what else I was gonna say? I don't want to be too long today. So I just have three top self-improvements that I want to work on for this new year. And so one of my things, and some of them there's not connected to the lives, but it'll help and enhance the lives as I make those improvements. But books, I want to start reading more books. I used to read books all the time, and I was really more consistent. And I really got into like the audio books and everything like that. I do like a real book though, the whole text, the whole feel of a real book, the whole smell, the whole, sitting, quietly and reading. I do like that, but being on the go so much, and if you're always going, it's easier to just have your audiobooks. And I used to do that a whole lot. And so now I want to get back, and you can get, more books in that way. So that's one of the things I'm going to be coming back to. But this year, this is one of my accomplishments too. I read a couple of books, and one of them was called um, the Saving My Assassin. And so with this book, this is a really good book. It's by I cannot see the word right now, by Virginia Prodan, and she talks about, by the way, I like biographies. Those are some of my favorite genre is biographies or autobiographies. And so this book is about Virginia Prodan. I think I'm saying it right. And she's from Romania. She's a lawyer from Romania. And her story is really fascinating because she became a lawyer, and then she um, did a lot of work in representing and fighting for religious freedom in Romania. Man, I mean, America's got some issues, but boy, when you read this book, you will, wow, it's really good. It's really, really good about her story. It's very fascinating. I think you would love to see how she made it through her struggles, and, and her faith and everything like this. A wonderful book to read, and um, it will keep you, in it. because it's really, really good. Okay, so another book that I read was I love Will Smith. So I read this book, and he's a fabulous actor. And it's another autobiography or biography, autobiography actually, on this one. And it just tells you so much more about this great actor. I know people have their opinions and thoughts about the whole slap situation and everything like that, but he's a person that I really do love. Like, that's my man. That's my man right there. Everybody has a man, right, or a woman, like in terms of actors, in terms of singers and stuff like that. This is my man. So Will Smith movies, I just love him. So and he's like the top male actor, I would say, of all times. I mean, some people love Denzel, so I know people are gonna be saying, oh, he doesn't do better than Denzel or whatever, but hey, it's whoever you love. And so this is one that I love. But when you read the book, you get to know so much more about the person behind all the talent. So um I love him more now after reading this book than before. So, and by the way, his latest movie, Emancipation, it was excellent. It was really, really awesome. So I hope you get a chance to see it. Um, yeah, I watched it earlier in December, but I think it might still be out. So yeah, you should check it out, Emancipation. Um, that's an awesome movie. Um, so yeah, check that one out. So then I want to also, read some other books. One, these are two books that I finished reading. Right, not too many. It's just two. So I want to up that count for 2023. And so here's another one of my men. This is my man too. So I love Matthew McConaughey. I love him. And so he's got a book out on autobiography called Green Lights. And so I want to read that book. And then and also the experiences of people, it tends to, just the way they think, or you can learn so much from someone else in situations that they've been in, and how they resolved it or even didn't resolve it, or the highs and the lows that they've experienced, and how they made it through. So yeah, he's one that I would like to learn more about and learn from. So that's the other one. But how do I want to get through these books? So we have these self-improvement goals, and we're on our journey. I'll say goals, on our journey. And so one of the ways that um when I used to read a lot, what I would do is I would break the book down. So I look at all the number, I go to the back of the book, look at how many pages there are, and then I would look at how many how much time I thought that I was going to read every week, or every day. And then I would just break it down into so many numbers of pages a day, based on how often I figured I would be able to, the time that I would have to read the book. So that's what I used to do, and that really helps. It's a very helpful way of getting through books. And then one of my brother-in-law, he actually reads like all the time. So I read my two books, right? But he's read like maybe like 100 books in a whole year. So that's pretty crazy. I'm like, well, how did you do that? And so he said, well, I just keep a book with me everywhere I go. And so anytime he has a moment, he reads the book. So I think that's a good idea, like how you can get through it, right? And get all your books in that you want to read. So that's good. And then also, my daughter is super, super, super into the audiobooks, and truly you can get through a lot more books when someone else is reading it, and then you're still able to do other things that you need to do too. So that's a fabulous way, and I'm going to use all of those different ways for reading my books this year. So my goal for this year are the number of books. I just want to read. I just want to do at least twice as good as I did this year. So I'll be really happy if I do like 4 books, but I'm hoping at least to do like 5. One above. Um, more than half. Um, so yeah, so that's what I'm looking to do. Um, and if I do more, then I'll be really grateful. So that's one of my things that I'm doing, my self-improvement journeys. And then I also have a new little devotional that one of my sisters at church gave me. So I'm reading that devotional now. And so it just gives you inspiring stories and scriptures um, from this one is actually from a school. And I think the students wrote it. So it's pretty interesting. And, just how they, um, have used the scriptures, or the scriptures have spoken to them in their lives, especially going through school. And we're always learning. We're always in the school of life, right? So I'm reading that book now. Another one that I'm looking to reread. So I've read this book right here. It's called The Great Controversy. And so I think I mentioned that the other day as one great book to read. I've read it before. And I tend to kind of read a little here and read a little there on some of these books, like this one. But it talks about, and I think I mentioned last week, it talks about the struggle or the fight between Christ and Satan. And it also goes through like the church history, but it's very relevant, and like prophecy and stuff like that, but it's very relevant to today, because so many things that are happening today. It kind of, I read it alongside my Bible, and I can see um, just how things are unfolding. And so that's what I encourage you to do. If you want, and if you want a copy of this book, I can definitely get one for you. So just let me know, or you can put a little message in my DM, and then I'll get one for you. So yeah, but it's a great book. Have you ever wondered, like, where did the devil come from? So it talks about that, like how did sin and come into the world, and where did the devil come from, and that kind of thing. And then also, like, what happens when we pass away, like what happens. So it talks about that. It talks about like how we won't be able to buy and sell, and just different things if you're a Bible reader. So it's a really good kind of book to understand the history of church and how things came about not only in your church. It goes through like a lot of denominations too. So it tells a little bit about a lot of the denominations. So it's a good book to have and to read. And so I'm going to be rereading it. But it's good to keep your Bible right at hand, because there's so many scriptures in it. And so you want to, you know, I always, read the Bible along with it, read the scriptures along, and make sure that the understanding is, is on point with what the Bible is actually saying. So, and this book does that. So, let's see what else I got. Great Controversy. So that's one of the books I'm reading again. And then this is a book that I found. I feel like the Lord had guided me to this book when I was in the store. I just went to the store one day, just browsing around, and I found this book, and it's called The Bait of Satan, and it's by John Bevere. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the name, John Bevere. Maybe that's how you say it. Anywho, so in this book, it talks about how, there is hurt, hurt people hurt people. That's what it's talking about. And so that can happen. It can happen anywhere. It can happen at work. It can happen at school. It can even happen at church. And so it talks about those things and how the enemy, he doesn't care. He's just trying to knock us all off track, right? In our walk with the Lord. And so this book is talking about how not to let that um, happen, how to, you know, live your faith and above the things that happen. And I want to say petty things, but really some of these things are it can be very earth shattering, especially if you have heard from, people in places that you thought would never happen or it should never happen, or even in your family or whatever. So, heard from close sources, right? Like family and friends and, and school and church and, different places that the enemy uses to try to knock us off of our faith journey. He doesn't want us to make it to heaven, but we got to make it there, right? And so this book talks about um, the things that we need to know and um, how to have that kind of spiritual warfare and not let ourselves get sidetracked by real things and real hurts and real situations, but how we can know that in all things, we are conquerors, and also that, you know, all things work together for the good of them that love God and who are the called according to his purposes. So it's, working through those things. And so that's a book that I want to read. And I feel like the Lord has guided me to this book, and I hope it helps you too. Let's see here. Um, so that's it for the books that I wanted to. And then I don't have any pictures for the music, but again, I want to work on more of my songs. So I have those two. And I'm working on the second one to publish. But I have so many songs that I'm developing. And so I'm looking to publish those and start singing them. And who knows, maybe I'll do a concert or something towards middle end of the year. We'll see what happens. But that's one of my self improvement journeys. I want to do more of my original songs. So working on that. If I can do at least four this year, then I think I'll be in good shape, because eventually I want to do an EP. So look for that. Okay. And let's see. The last thing that I'm working on is, where's my picture for that at? I guess it didn't go. Um, hmm. The last thing that I'm working on, I'll just skip to this, is the health. So I'm working on my health. This is my step class that I go to. And so I'm doing my little, classes and a gym workout. Um, so I've been doing that for like once a week, which is totally not enough. So I want to ramp that up. So I'll be doing my step class, but then also I'm going to add another class, and then I want to be walking at least once. So I'll have three, exercise activities per week. You were supposed to get at least 30 minutes, they say. 3 times a week or 5 times a week is even better. So that's what I'm going to be working on. That. And then I had another um another one that I want. I'm really adamant about this too, because let me see if I can add this in here. I can't right now, I don't think. Um it's not showing me. And I thought I put it in there already, but I don't see it. Okay. So, anywho, have you heard about the FDA? They approved consumption of, or the sale and consumption of lab grown meat um, in 2022. So all they were waiting for was one other approval, I guess it was, right? And then they said that we could eat this lab meat. They could sell it, we can eat it. The disturbing thing to me is that, as I read, they don't even have to label it as lab grown meat. And to me, it's like, what is this? I don't want to be eating lab meat because really, what is that? And they've said it is okay for human consumption, but how do they know? Like, have we been eating it already? We just didn't know. I don't know, but I gotta get my little veggie books out so I can start cooking up my veggie meals or whatever, because I don't want lab meat. Do you want lab meat? Put it down in the comments if you think that that's pretty interesting. And what do you think about it? I call it Franken meat because, quite frankly, I don't know. I mean, we don't know what it's going to do in the next 5, 10 years, from people eating lab meat. I don't know. It just blows my mind. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be working on now. It won't happen overnight, right? Because it's a process. But I do plan to ixnay on the meat a. So yeah, I got to get rid of that. Because I want to be, healthy and fit, and you know, I don't want any Franken meat. That's all. And I remember I haven't eaten like beef in a many, many years now, because when the whole mad cow disease thing came out, I had made a decision. That was back what, in early 90s, I think. I think early 90s. I think it was. Not really sure. I can't remember, but somewhere I think in the 90s, either early or middle 90s, I think it was. And so I just stopped eating beef. And I do have an occasional, like hot dog is one of the worst things you can eat, that's beef, right? But yeah, I do have that sometimes. But for the most part, I haven't eaten beef in a long, long time. And that was due to that whole um, mad cow disease scare thing. So yeah, so gonna be working on my health in those areas, more exercise, and definitely staying away from lab meat. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Put your comments down in the comment section, and maybe we'll have another dialogue about that another day. Okay. Let's see. Um, hmm. So that's all I have. Just the 3 things that I'm going to do for my self improvement this year. So that's I'm going to be reading more books. I'm going to be making some more songs, and I'm going to be staying away from that meat and working on putting more exercise into my life. So yeah, and I want to hear what you guys are doing too. So go ahead and put your comments in the boxes below. And then I want to say, yeah, here's my little question here. What are some of your self-improvement journeys that you plan to embark on this new year? And then also, if you can help me out, because I'm kind of new with this and with the lives and stuff. So I wanted to know one thing, and you can put this down in the comments as well. What was, if you've been coming here, and I thank you for that, what was one of your favorite lies that I have done so far, and why? If you can share that with me, that would be wonderful, because I'm all about the self improvement, right? And then, what other topics would you like for me to present, or what songs would you like me to sing? So I'm always looking for, um, new songs and things, and things to bring joy to all of you, and things to stretch myself. Always about that self improvement. So tell me what you would like to hear. What topics would you like, and what songs would you like for me to sing, or even just to present on, or like that? So let me know, okay? And with that, I'll bid you adieu. And I pray that you have a beautiful new year in 2023. And then one of the things what's your motto also? That's what I wanted to ask. What's your motto for 2023? We make up things. Like what was 22? Um, I don't know. Something like be your best you in 2022. So what's your motto for 2023? I think I'm saying may your dreams and God's will meet in 2023. I think I said it differently and in a better way last time, but may God's will and your dreams meet in 2023. So that's what I leave you with. God bless, and thank you for being here. And I will see you next time.